Hello and welcome to Mr. and Miss Connections. I'm your host, Andrew.
And I'm Leilani.
Welcome to the podcast where we go to a city's random misconnection section and we read the posts. Some are trying to drink from the fountain of love. Others are just trying to get their giblets wet. And this week, it's no exception. But first, let's get into a bit of news. Now, I'm going to read you the title of the article. And it's a pretty good summarization. Wife crashes her own funeral, horrifying her husband, who had paid to have her killed.
That's so badass.
On which one? The wife?
Yeah, the wife is showing up to her own funeral.
I didn't know if you were like, oh, the horrifying husband. That was pretty sick. Okay, so let's just start reading, and we'll just dissect it. Noella Rakundo sat in a car outside her home in Melbourne, Australia, watching as the last few mourners filed out. They were leaving a funeral. Her funeral. Finally, she spotted the man she had been waiting for. She stepped out of her car, and her husband put his hands on his head in horror. "Is it my eyes?" she recalled him saying. "Is it a ghost?" "Surprise, I'm still alive," she replied. Far from being elated, the man looked terrified. 5 days earlier, he had ordered a team of hitmen to kill Rakundo, his partner of 10 years. And they did. Well, they told him they did. They even got him to pay an extra few $1,000s for carrying out the crime. Now, here was his wife standing before him in an interview with the BBC on Thursday. Rakundo recalled how he touched her shoulder to find out unnervingly solid. He jumped, then he started screaming. Probably because he knew he was found out. Like, I'm going to prison for a while.
Yeah, just for a bit.
"I'm sorry for everything," he wailed, but it was far too late for apologies. Rakundo called the police. The husband, Balanga Kalala, ultimately pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 9 years in prison for incitement to murder, according to the Australian Broadcasting Corp, or the ABC. The happy ending, or as happy as can be expected, to a saga in which a man tries to have his wife killed was made possibly by 3 unusually principled hitmen, a helpful pastor, and one incredibly gutsy woman, Rakundo. Can I just say that just sounds like the promo to a new movie this summer. The happy ending. In a saga in which a man tries to have his wife killed, was made possible by 3 unusually principled hitmen, a helpful pastor, and one incredibly gutsy woman, Rakundo. This summer, played by Halle Berry as Rakundo.
Wait, why gotta be Halle Berry?
Bradley Cooper as the pastor. And Eddie Murphy playing all 3 hitmen.
Oh my god.
Or no, now it's Tyler Perry. He's the main guy. Medea's one of the hitmen.
Yes.
Oh, girl, you better calm down. This is going in. Tyler Perry's Medea Boo 3.
Hello.
Hello, I'm a ghost.
My god.
I haven't seen too many Tyler Perry Medea movies, so if that was way off, don't call Tyler Perry or Oprah. All right, so here is how she pulled it off. Do you want to know? Rakundo's ordeal began almost exactly a year ago when she flew from her home in Melbourne, Australia, with her husband Kalala to attend
You're probably butchering that poor man's name, even though he's not a poor man, but still.
Kalala. How do you say it?
Kalala.
Kalala.
Wait, you're saying it.
In Melbourne with her husband Kalala to attend a funeral. So this all started with a funeral in her native Burundi. Her stepmother had died, and the service left her saddened and stressed. Yeah. She retreated to her hotel in Bujumbura, the capital, early in the evening, despondent after the events of the day. She lay down in bed. Then her husband called. "He told me to go outside for fresh air," she told the BBC. But the minute Rakundo stepped out of her hotel... Also...
Why is he calling you to tell you to go outside that? It just seems like a setup.
"Hey, yeah, I know you're mourning, but maybe you should go outside." Where am I? I'm somewhere worrying about you, baby. Just go outside. Right now! Right now!
You see like a red dot
Take
on
the
her
stairs!
face.
Don't take the elevator! There's a strict time limit for what time you need to go outside for air. All right, here we go. But the minute Rakundo stepped out of her hotel, a man charged forward, pointing a gun right at her.
Oh, no.
Don't scream, she recalled him saying. If you start screaming, I will shoot you. They're going to catch me, but you will already be dead.
What the?
That's some
That's
tough
intense
stuff, yeah. Rakundo, terrified, did as she was told. She was ushered into a car and blindfolded, so she couldn't see where she was being taken. After 30 or 40 minutes, the car came to a stop, and Rakundo was pushed into a building and tied to a chair. She could hear male voices, she told the ABC. Not American.
Yeah.
Australian Broadcasting something
That's
Corp.
So confusing.
Oh, well, not on the other side of the world. One asked her, "You woman, what did you do for this man to pay us to kill you?" "What are you talking about?" Rakundo demanded. "Balenga sent us to kill you." They were lying. She told them so, and they laughed. And when I think of them laughing, I think of that part in Ace Ventura, the second one. "This is where we put our heads back and laugh."
Oh my god.
"You're a fool," they told her. There was the sound of a dial tone and a male voice coming through a speakerphone. It was her husband's voice. "Kill her," he said, and Rakundo fainted.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Rakundo had met her husband 11 years earlier, right after she arrived in Australia from Burundi, according to the BBC. He was a recent refugee from Congo, and they had the same social worker at the resettlement agency that helped them get on their feet. Since Kalala already knew English, their social worker often recruited him to translate for Rakundo, who spoke Swahili. They fell in love, moved in together in Melbourne, suburb of Kings Park, and had 3 children. Rakundo also had 5 kids from a previous relationship. Holy crap.
That's 8 freaking kids. Gonna take out the mom like that? That's messed up.
In a story of a lovely lady who was learning English from a murderous guy.
Yeah, but
all of them had hair of... They're all... I don't know.
Yeah, you need to stop.
I'm off the chain. She learned more about her husband's past. He had fled a rebel army that had ransacked his village, killing his wife and young son.
Aww.
She also learned more about his character. "I knew he was a violent man," Rakundo told the BBC, "but I didn't believe he can kill me."
Exactly.
But it appeared he could. Rakundo came to in the strange building somewhere near Bujumbura. The kidnappers were still there, she told the ABC. They weren't going to kill her, the men then explained. They didn't believe in killing women. And they knew her brother.
Oh.
But they would keep her husband's money
Duh.
and tell him that she was dead. "You know what? I'll do this for you. I'm not going to kill you, but I'm going to keep the money." And then just tell him he's dead.
See,
that's what they were saying. We'll do you a solid and keep the thousands of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll pretend this never happened.
See, well, Kalala's little problem was, if that was me, if I was setting someone up and I just wanted to kill them, I would want to see the body to know that they're dead.
Okay, so you would do so you're treating this like an action movie. Like, if there's no body, there's no proof.
Exactly.
Okay, well, Kalala needed to learn something from you. But they would keep her husband's money and tell her that she was dead. After 2 days, they set her free on the side of a road, but not before giving her a cell phone, recordings of their phone conversations with Kalala, and receipts for the $7,000 in Australian dollars they allegedly received in payment, according to the Australia's The Age newspaper.
Were they going to give her some money so she can get a taxi or Uber?
They gave her a cell phone.
Oh, well, she can get an Uber.
"We just want you to go back to tell other stupid women like you what happened," Rakundo said she was told before the gang members drove away.
Stupid woman.
Shaken but alive and doggedly determined, Rakundo began plotting her next move. She sought help from the Kenyan and Belgian embassies to return to Australia. Then she called the pastor of her church in Melbourne and explained to him what had happened. Without alerting Kalala, the pastor helped her get back home to her neighborhood near Melbourne. Meanwhile, her husband had told everyone she had died in a tragic accident, and the entire community mourned her at her funeral at the family home. On the night of February 22nd, 2015, just as the widower, Kalala, waved goodbye to neighbors who had come to comfort him, Rukundo approached him. The very man whose voice she'd heard over the phone 5 days earlier ordering that she be killed. I felt like somebody who had risen again, she told the BBC. Though Kalala initially denied all involvement, Rukundo got him to confess to the crime during a phone conversation that was secretly recorded by police. Sometimes the devil can come into someone to do something, but after they do it, they start thinking, why I did that thing later, he said as he begged her to forgive him. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. Like, that's basically what he said. You know that thing that I was trying to get away with? Well, now that it kind of went south, I feel bad.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, that was the wrong move.
She should have, like, popped out like that guy from Dexter. Like, surprise.
Kalala eventually pleaded guilty to the scheme. He was sentenced to 9 years in prison by a judge in Melbourne.
Wait, how many years?
Just 9.
Just 9 for you trying to kill your freaking wife?
9 years. 9 years, and then maybe good behavior he'll get out in like 4.5, 5. Had Miss Rukundo's kidnappers completed the job, 8 children would have lost their mother, Chief Justice Marilyn Warren said, according to the ABC. It was premeditated and motivated by unfounded jealousy, anger, and a desire to punish Miss Rukundo.
For what?
I don't know. Rukundo said that Kalala tried to kill her because he thought she was going to leave him for another man.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
An accusation she denies. But her trials are not over yet. Rukundo told the ABC's she's gotten backlash from Melbourne's Congolese community for reporting Kalala to the police. Someone left threatening messages for her, and she returned home one day to find her door broken. She now has 8 children to raise alone and has asked the Department of Human Services to help her find a new place to live. And lying in bed at night, Kalala's voice still comes to her. Kill her, she told the BBC. Every night I see what was happening in those 2 days with the kidnappers. Despite all that, I will stand up like a strong woman, she said. My situation, my past life, that is gone. I'm starting a new life now.
It would have been a lot cheaper just to pay, like, freaking alimony with a divorce versus paying off some dudes that didn't really do their job in the first place.
Okay, now, maybe that's a thing. Like, he could think of that, but realistically, if the plan would have went through, it had just been one sum payment.
True, but then he has 8 kids to freaking take care of.
He would try to find a new baby mama.
Probably
at the funeral.
Just send them all off to boarding school or something.
But that's a pretty crazy story. I'm surprised. You know what? I'm not going to be surprised if in like 2 years you see like a movie coming out that's just like that.
It needs to be.
Well, we already know the ending, so.
Yeah.
Eh.
But how they would like depict that ending with like her like surprising him and all that, because you know they're gonna have to make it like more dramatic.
I think you do it like you kind of do it like how Fight Club did it, where it starts off with Brad Pitt's gun in Edward Norton's mouth, and he's like, "Let me tell you how I got to this point." And then it goes back. So it's just like the killers are like standing around, and then there's the phone. So there's like, she's sitting in the chair, frantic, 3 killers just standing there, and all of a sudden like everybody's quiet. It keeps panning on everybody, and then all of a sudden it just goes to a phone on an empty desk, and only one lone light on the desk, and it's just a picture of the phone, like an office phone, and it's like slowly zooming in, and all you hear is "kill her," and then he like somebody cocks a gun, and then all of a sudden it just rewinds to her coming into Australia, and the social worker's like, "Oh, well, you might want to talk to Balala over here. He can help you learn English." And then it goes from there.
You mean Kalala?
Kalala.
You said Balala.
Yeah, well, his first name starts with a B, so I got confused.
You know, you shouldn't be pitching these ideas out like that are actually pretty good. Just saying.
I'm just saying. Tarantino, call me up. I could be a He needs some help sometimes, right?
No, I don't think he needs any help.
I can get you black coffee. I can make a great mean black coffee. So, this week we are going south.
Yes.
Last week we were in... I don't know. I don't want to say it because we might switch up the order.
Yeah, I was like, don't say anything of
Last week we were somewhere north or northwest. This week we're going south.
Yeah.
To New Orleans, or as it's sometimes called, New Orleans, or as it's called, the Big Easy, or New Orleans. Home of the Saints.
Home of the drive-through daiquiris.
Home of the Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Yeah, New Orleans Pelicans. They're a basketball team.
Oh, I didn't even know they had a basketball team.
Yeah, New Orleans Pelicans.
Ah.
They were the Hornets or the Bobcats. I don't care. No, they didn't. They switched it. They moved. A team moved from there to go to New Orleans. This is really all riveting stuff that goes with Mr. and Miss Connection.
Like, what?
But a basketball team moved to New Orleans, and then they wanted to change their name.
Pelicans? Out of all things,
they changed
Pelicans.
it to the Pelicans. Yeah,
Crawfish or
there
something.
There was a New Orleans Hornets. There were the New Orleans Hornets, and then there was the Charlotte Bobcats.
Okay.
And the Bobcats were like, we don't want to be the Bobcats anymore. Can we be the Hornets? And the Hornets were like, you know what? We were going between wanting to say the Hornets or the Pelicans.
Really, Pelicans.
And I think do you really like the Hornets? And they're like, yeah, I think we really like the Hornets. Bobcats are not. It's not that good. And they're like, oh, well, if you like the Hornets so much, we'll go with the Pelicans. And now they're the Pelicans.
I don't think of New Orleans and Pelicans.
Well, you will now when they win the NBA Finals in 15 years, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. LeBron will still be playing, and you'll still get the Cavaliers there. But we're in New Orleans. I was a little hesitant about New Orleans for a while, but I was in line at the post office doing my job.
Little hesitant, yeah.
Doing my job little. And I started reading the posts as people were getting angry about having to wait. And I was like, I have all the time in the world. I get paid by the hour. While everybody else was on their free time going, I thought you died in there. That's what they said.
While getting their packages?
So they had 4 people out, like 4 tellers at one point. And then all of a sudden, like all of them left. And then one guy came out from the back, and I guess he's been sick. And he was like coughing or whatever. And there's just people in line, and one old lady just goes, I thought you died in there. And he's like, just barely. I was like, woman, just deal with it. Like,
I mean, if I was a teller at one point, I would hide. I would just go in the back, not come back out.
Clearly, you're at the post office. Just know you're gonna settle in for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You feel like your time is important. You want to get your stuff out there. You want to be moving on with your day. But you came to the post office. It's over. Like, this is your day. This is you settle down and be like, just think, I got 2 hours to spend, and I'm going to go to the post office.
It's like the DMV is up there with it. With waiting in line, trying to get your stuff.
Except it's worse. It's worse with the post office because you have an anticipation of, like, this should go fast.
Yeah.
Where the DMV, everybody knows, I'm going to be here forever.
Just get a spot on the floor because the chairs are all taken up, so just sit there.
Yeah, bring your tent. You're gonna have to camp out for a little while. Bring some canned goods, some s'mores stuff. So we're in New Orleans. I'm glad we went on that tangent. now we're 18 minutes in, and we're just not getting to New Orleans.
We're good.
So we're going to New Orleans, and Halloween. By the time this is going up, Halloween has kind of come and gone, but this person has a ghostly connection, and
Swayze Ghost.
No, I don't think they've watched Ghost a lot. I mean, they put if it was Patrick Swayze's ghost, they would put Patrick Swayze's picture on there, but they put a picture of Supernatural.
Oh my god, that's my favorite scene.
So Dear Ghost Haunting My New Apartment is the title.
Okay.
And it's man for women. That's what it says. So this one starts out. Look, I know you are around here somewhere. There's a weird smell in the refrigerator. My drains are clogged with hair that's not mine. Things keep crashing in other rooms when nobody else is here. Things are unplugged, moved, turned on, turned off. My iTunes playlist has been nothing but hair metal and techno all day, which is fine, I guess. I like those genres too. I get it. You're trying to get my attention. But you don't have to be all middle school shy about it. Feel free to give me a full body apparition. Especially if you're hot.
What in the hell?
And hey, if you have nice boobies. Ha! I said boobies.
Oh my god.
Naked is okay by me too. Of course, there are a few rules. If you are not hot or you are a dude ghost, no apparitions, please. Pass. I don't need... If you're Casper, we could be friends. But that's it.
So wait, guys are still being douchebags even with afterlife
With
people?
afterlife, yeah.
This is bull.
Yeah. Do you think Jack Nicholson said the same thing when he was in The Shining?
Oh my god.
He was like, hey, if your guys are ghosts, only hot ones. Mr. Grady, please no.
Wow.
Nobody here wants to see that. Like he wanted the hot girl in the beginning of that bathtub scene in The Shining, and then he got the one that actually like... Wait, is this still recording?
Oh my god, did it stop?
I don't know. No, it's still going.
Okay.
So we're using a new whole thing going on here, so it's
Your
taking
face
a little bit.
was priceless.
It's taking a little bit. And it didn't help that we stopped talking, so it's like, is it moving?
Sheer horror on your face. You're like, what?
I was going through a good Jack Nicholson bit. I didn't want to have to agree to it. But it's like he wanted the hot one in the beginning of the Shining bathtub scene, and then he doesn't want the one that Jack Nicholson actually makes out with, the old lady one. Remember that one?
Well, you know what? You get what you get.
An old lady died in the bathtub. Nobody here wants to see that. Lights out and noise ordinance in the neighborhood is roughly 11:30 p.m. Also, I do have plenty of other music in my iTunes playlist. Let's be friends. Life is too short to be enemies, but I guess you know that.
This guy just wrote this to write
Sign
it.
it. What are you talking about?
He just wrote this to write. No, you don't. No.
What? You don't believe in ghosts?
I believe in the supernatural, all that whole realm, but I don't believe that this guy, why would a ghost go through all that? Mess with your iTunes and all that?
I think if the person who wrote this was here, he would say, do you believe in ghost stories, Miss Tanner? You better stop believing in them, because you're in one.
Something's wrong with you today.
It's like Christina Ricci. What if the ghost was super clingy, like Casper?
And
Casper, where he kept on turning hey, let's go out for a jog. Hey, let's put on a shirt. Do you not remember Casper? I just watched a video about Casper, so that's why I know so much about it.
I remember watching that as a kid in the movie theaters when it first came out.
I used to watch it all the time.
Loved it.
I loved where the little chair went down at the front. It was
I love that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be Casper.
Yeah,
why can't I be dead?
Devin Sawa, I think he did something on Twitter about a year or two ago, and he was trying to say that they were going to do a reunion and all that.
Really?
No, but he was just joking.
Oh. All right, whatever. I thought that movie was so well written and stuff.
So good.
And then I saw Casper Meets Wendy, and then that's when I started Matt crushing on Hilary Duff.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I was like, I need to get on this ghost thing, man.
Well, I mean, you can kill yourself and see what happens.
I don't know. It hasn't worked out for the other people that's done it this past year.
Right.
You brought up death.
You Debbie Downer.
Debbie Downer. All right, here we go. I caught you picking your nose on the lonely asphalt of love.
That's what's up.
That's going to be the name of my Hallmark movie I make. Check out these two in love.
Wait, what's going to be the cover? Or the thumbnail of it?
It's going to be a guy and a girl. So it's going to be the cover is all purple and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a garden scene in the background. And then there's just a guy like face coming off from the top right, like top left of the screen. It's kind of like a Nicholas Sparks. You know how the people are always like facing each other.
Okay.
And, so it's gonna be like that, where his guy's face is coming down.
Okay.
Like top left corner, and then the woman's face is coming top right. And then there's just a hand in the girl's going into the girl's nose.
I approve of this.
And it's gonna be a new Christmas special.
Do it. Yes.
I caught you picking your nose. You don't know, Alice. But I loved you. The first time I saw you pick. You picked your nose. And in that moment, I picked you. To love forever.
That is so corny.
And then the last scene's like the wedding scene. And they're like, and now you may pick your bride's nose. And then they just put their fingers in each other's nose.
So many puns. Wait, what's that movie that
And then they take it out and then they blow it. Like a wisp. and then there's gonna be like the comic relief best friend. It's gonna be like, I hope they wash their hands before they cut the cake.
Yeah, this just reminds me of Drop Dead Fred when they do that. They pick their nose and put it on someone's face.
That's super gross.
Okay, you can talk all about that.
Mine was about love. Yours was about putting it on people's faces. That's gross.
That's still love.
That's also gonna be the name of this episode.
What?
New Orleans and it's gonna be Mr. and Miss Connections. I caught you picking your nose on the lonely asphalt of love. All right, so let's start this one off.
Okay.
I am too shy to have ever talked to you, and I suppose now I missed out. Well, at least I think I missed out. I guess I'll never know now. You smiled at me, then I turned beet red, and the butterflies flapped away at my stomach lining. Ew, you should get that checked out. Maybe you weren't even looking at me, but rather at the glob of bird excrement in the shape of Godzilla on my passenger window. Oh my gosh, I tried to keep a straight face when I said that, but I knew I couldn't do it.
That was awesome.
Maybe you weren't even looking at me, but rather at the glob of bird excrement in the shape of Godzilla at my passenger window. Hold on, here we go. Oh, yeah, I had to change the thing. All right, here we go. It wouldn't have been the first time. I had a crush on who never knew I existed. Mainly movie stars, but an occasional friendly member of the feminine variety in a library or a grocery store, somewhere usually holding a red and white cane. Who knew that meant you were legally blind and couldn't read my sign saying I loved you?
Okay, this person is amazing.
This is beautiful. I don't know if you saw me staring back at you while you were rocking out in your car to some who knows what super music you listen to, but the brake, I suppose, can double as a kick drum pedal, and the windshield a saliva-splattered audience. When you looked over and saw me drooling over you, I turned away, and the light turned green, and off we drove in different directions, my heart trailing your car like cans after a wedding. Lesai. I hope you see this, and reply.
Aww. So wait, was she picking her nose in the car then?
I don't know. I think maybe like I caught you picking your nose was kind of like I caught you doing something embarrassing because she was like rocking out apparently, and maybe that was just like an in.
Or both. You could do both.
Yeah, maybe I think this was just like an eye-catching thing. Like if you said, I saw you rocking out, I saw you in traffic at A and B crossover, like people are like, seen it, done it, bleh, boring. I know the title got me right away, so if whoever is doing this and sees this, that would be awesome.
See, things like that, I'm not even gonna lie, that would make me just want to respond to them like, hey, what's up?
I want to respond and be like, hey, did you hear anything?
Exactly.
Can we get a follow-up on this? Can you be a third on the podcast? Can you drive from New Orleans down here one weekend?
That'd be great.
Not this weekend. I'm busy. No, I'm just kidding. We gotta match up our schedules for this Casanova.
You know what? We should actually just put up a post, like in the Tampa area or somewhere, and be like, would you guys like to be on it? Or something like that.
We should just put it on everywhere we've been on Misconnections. Been
True.
like, hey, we hold a podcast talking about misconnections. if you've heard back, or we want true stories and all this other stuff.
Yes, and we get that wheelchair guy on here.
Which it would be really funny is if we did this podcast and we actually put posts like that up there, and then people are writing, "Who is this Mr. and Miss Connections people? They keep putting up podcasts. Are they really in wheelchairs? This is bullcrap. I went to their YouTube channel.
They suck.
It was the worst. I reviewed it.
Get all these thumbs down.
Thumbs down. I put my Instagram on their comments, and they didn't even publish it.
I want whatever reviews of you.
I know they had to go in there and review it, and I know they saw it. They better have not declined it. All right, here we go. We kissed on the balcony on Bourbon Street.
Nice.
Man for woman. Now, this one's small, but I thought we can riff on it a little bit.
Okay.
Your name starts with K. Like a Karen, Caitlin,
Christina,
Kristen,
Catherine, depending on how you spell it.
Yeah.
Chloe.
Yeah. Kim.
Kylie.
Kendall. Caitlin.
Ooh, no, that's a C.
Chris. No, Caitlin. You
Caitlin?
can you spell Caitlin with a K.
Oh yeah, you could. You could.
Chris.
I didn't know if we were just doing the Kardashians at one point.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that could be a first name. Like somebody just
Kardashian?
Be like, yeah.
Oh God, if somebody names
then
their child Kardashian,
They name them Kardashian, but then they just call them Car. See?
Okay.
See, you're fine with that.
Or Cash.
All right, here we go.
Kardashian. No. Okay, go
All
ahead.
right, your name starts with K. Because every kiss begins with K.
Oh my God. No. They're not our sponsor.
Nobody sponsors.
No.
Your name starts with K. You have 5 tattoos. A very special one on your arm. You're in college to become a teacher. Your state starts with a C. You really wanted me, and I you. You were just a little too young, a little too tipsy, so I asked your friends to take you home. It would be fun to reconnect, James.
That was really nice, though. He did that. He was like, hey, I'm not going to take advantage of you. Your friend should take you home.
Yeah, I don't want to take advantage of you. I mean, it's cool to make out for like half an hour.
Yeah.
And like maybe do some touch. But I mean, I don't want to take it too far. This isn't a Lifetime movie.
First and foremost, you don't know what happened. You don't know
She's
what
starting
happened.
to gag. She's dry heaving now. You should take her home.
Okay, I did not know where you were going to go with that gagging.
She is... She is telling me that she loves me. She gotta go. She's got to go.
Okay, she wouldn't write anything like that on that.
She had too much rosé and wine coolers. So I want to do a little think thing. How many? Can we name all the states that begin with C?
Okay, California, Connecticut,
Colorado.
Oh shit, I forgot about Colorado.
Is that it? Is there only 3?
I think there's only 3.
Your state starts with the letter C. You have a 33.33% chance of getting it if you message me.
Okay, I'm gonna go with California.
I can see that. California, New Orleans. They went from New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like Colorado.
Yeah, it could be.
Why not? A teacher. What kind of teacher do you think she's going to be? Because this is a woman.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean?
No, it's a man. Man wrote it, and it says man looking for a woman. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Because, it's just how you say it. It's a woman, so she can only be certain things if she's a teacher.
Yeah, she can only be home ec.
Exactly.
Or a library.
I do not agree with anything he just said.
If she's over the age of 40, then she's a choir teacher.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I would really love it if she was 40, because he says you're a little too young.
He's like 72.
You're a little too young there, Missy.
You got a little tipsy.
You should take her home. You should take your grandmother home. It's just about 4. Matlock's coming on. I gotta hit Denny's.
Is her friends her, like, grandkids or something?
Yeah, the nephew, the grandkids. Just walking up. It's time for her to go home. We're in a Target.
No, they're gonna buck wild on the little balcony. New Orleans.
We shared some tonsil water. And the Tums. It was wild and crazy times.
Alright, so, okay. What kind of teacher she would be? I don't know. She could...
I want to think that she's like a science teacher and she has like a special tattoo on her arm that's like a beaker that's bubbling over.
That would just probably be from Breaking Bad.
Exactly. She has like a Heisenberg tattoo and she's like, I can make you dance.
No, but...
Hey, Mr. White. Speak it.
I don't know.
Hey, Jesse.
Stop.
Speak it to my bicep. Bicepberg. Heisen bicep. Hey, Mr. White. You got a really good tattoo. I've loved our makeout session on Bourbon Street. You know, I was on The Price is Right one time.
You're ridiculous today. I
lost.
Stop! I thought maybe she would be like an elementary school teacher. I don't know. The first thing that popped in my head.
What would be the special tattoo if she was an elementary school teacher?
Oh, God.
It's still Heisenberg.
Yeah.
Everybody listen to Heisenberg. 3, 2. Who's knocking? I'm the one who knocks. When I knock, you settle down, all you little Skylers.
All right, say my name. She has her name written on the board. Goddamn right.
And then the guy comes in. Hey, yeah, that's right. You say her name. Who's Andrew? I'm looking for Andrew. We gotta go.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna put you in a barrel. That's time out. That's time out, bitch.
Okay, well, it also depends on what state she's from, if, like, where her tattoos would be or something like that.
So in Colorado, it would be a joint.
Yeah, big old weed.
Yeah.
Weed right there.
And if she's from California, it would be a joint.
She's one of those little tribal tattoos.
Yeah. It says Lala.
What?
Like La La Land.
But what the hell would be, like, if she was from Connecticut? What?
A husky?
A husky?
Yeah, Connecticut. Well, that's the Yukon Huskies.
Oh.
Is the state school.
I would think maybe a lobster or something like that. Since
Maybe
it's
maybe it's the Maury Povich M. They're from Hartford, Connecticut.
You are the father.
That changed my life when I went up there.
Oh my God.
So many lives were changed. So
many.
You don't know. You haven't lived life until you saw the elation of a man's face when you tell him he's not the father. And then the next moment you see another man's soul crushed to death because he's the father of 4 children to 3 different baby mamas. And he only has a job at Burger King.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Speaking of being saddled with kids, this one's called Loser for Life.
That's just too many turns.
A woman for a man. I didn't read this one fully.
Why?
Just because.
Okay.
But I read the title, and then I looked at the last paragraph, and it ends with elation. So let's just go with it. Loser for Life. About 6 months ago, you posted how my life was spiraling out of control and how horrible of a person I am.
Oh.
I can't believe the karma that came back to you. I knew you'd get arrested again for some sort of abuse to your loser of a girlfriend, but I had no idea that you lost your job and are unable to find another in your profession due to what you've done to women over and over again.
What?
That was a long sentence. It's hard to believe you actually got what you deserved, even though I really had nothing to do with it. I was set up just as you were by my sister and her connections.
Oh.
I feel like both lives are spiraling
Exactly.
out of control. And also, really, who won when you go on Craigslist Misconnections to post your victory speech?
He's like, I'm gonna call you out now because you called me out.
Yeah. So what if I was set up too, boo? But you gone.
Yeah.
You done. I hope you're suffering just as I have since you used and abused me. I hope you finally realize what a horrible person you are for everything you did to me. Taking my money, allowing me to support you when you didn't love me at all, using me for a place to live, stealing my meds over and over again. I'm not stupid. I knew what you did. That was a parentheses, so I thought that was the best way to read it.
I like that delivery. That was awesome.
And the list goes on and on while I had to suffer. Dangnabbit. Well, I had to suffer at your hands physically and your mouth verbally and mentally, and also financial abuse. Remember, I said your friends were more of mine than yours. I've been told how, in fact, it is your life that has spiraled out of control, and you've lost everything. I'm only posting this to inform you that I know about everything. Always have, and always will. You've completely gotten what you deserve, and so did your girlfriend for flaunting your so-called happy love of your life joke of a relationship. It won't be long before she has had enough and gets rid of you like the piece of crap you are. That's how it ends. Just a whole bunch of ha ha ha.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That makes me feel better about my life.
Well, first and foremost, I mean, the whole thing about like her, about the girl, how she's a little bit attacking the girl. I'm like, she was in the exact same situation you were in.
Yeah.
Both of y'all stupid for letting this man take control of your life and doing that to you, and then especially physically abusing you like that.
Preacher girl.
So, shut up. I'm just saying you shouldn't be downing on another woman that went through the exact same thing. You should be uplifting her.
You're like Jess from New Girl in season 1. I can't believe he cheated on me with that hoe. You know what? That's unfair. She might be a really nice hoe.
Exactly. You don't know. You don't know.
And I like how she's been waiting for this. Like, in the beginning it says about 6 months ago you posted. So she's she's been like waiting, like notching like on her bedpost, like, oh, you just gonna mess up one more time. I dare you. I dare you.
She has a draft already written up.
I dare you. And like, yeah, she has a draft written, but every time she finds something new, she has to edit it.
She's like, ooh, I'm gonna add this.
On her Google Drive, it just has. She has it like last edited. It's just like every other like day or so. And her search history is like mugshots and all these other things.
Well, and then, okay, I understand that women can't sometimes get out of physical, like, abusive relationships. I understand that. But when he starts taking your money like that, and then he starts taking your medication, no, there's a line that needs to be drawn.
Yeah. No, I just love how she's just like, look how good of a life I'm living. And it's like, basically, you're still like, look how good of a life I'm living by keeping an eye on yours.
Exactly.
Every single mistake you made since you dumped me. Loser. Who's laughing now? I'm physically laughing. As I'm hitting H and A over and over again.
Yeah, but then what is she going to do now since, his story
She's going to keep
basically
tabs.
Over.
She's going to keep tabs until she finds a new guy and then do the same thing to her.
You know what? She probably secretly, she still wants him back.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
Well,
if she keeps tabs like that, no, if you don't like someone, you forget them like that.
And attacking the other woman. Because that's what you do. When you're in a relationship, when you break out of a relationship, and you're like, it's fine, it's totally, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
If she wants to be with that cannonball of a dude who looks like Freddy Krueger with a bad suntan, go ahead, be my guest. Be my, like, on paper it sounds fine until, be my guest. I'm fine with it. If she wants to downgrade, girl. I'm totally cool. What are we doing tonight? Don't leave me alone. I will call her again. Don't leave me alone.
Oh my god.
This one's short, sweet, and to the point.
Okay.
Flu shot. You were directing people to free flu shots at work.
Seriously.
And asked me if I needed one. I said, I'm good. I would have taken one from you though. Winky face.
Oh my god. That's it?
That's it. That's it. I just love that interaction where it's like free flu shots. I'm good. And then like he turns, but then he turns his head back and he's like, "What's up, babe?" I'm gonna put this on misconnections later.
It's like people secretly put like their pickup lines that they wish they would have said on Craigslist.
Yeah. The blood drive bus was at one of the locations today at work. And that just made me think of it. Just like, what if you were standing by the free t-shirt sign outside of the blood drive bus and you were like, would you like to donate blood? You get a free t-shirt. And I was like, nah, I'm good, girl. And then I was like, if I could donate blood to you though, what's up?
I'm like, that's
Do you ever watch True Blood?
Oh god.
Who did you like, Bill or Eric? Or what was Joe Magnolio's name?
Ooh, I don't know.
I have his pop vinyl figure. Herbo?
I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
What?
What?
Yeah. Outside Herbo.
Wait, you haven't? When did you get that?
A long time ago.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, because it's always on the bottom.
Oh.
I don't know if the mic's picking me up.
I don't think he should be at the bottom.
He's a big, strong man.
Yeah, he is.
Who's Sofia Vergara's. Alright, here we go. This one may be a bit controversial. Angry drunk midget from last night. Where are you? It's like a bad episode of Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Roo! Angry drunk midget, where are you? We got a lot to do now. You're not fooling me, well I can see. If I look down at my shoes now.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Roo! Roo!
See, it was already controversial just from the title, and then you just took it to a whole new level.
Ruby-doo!
And you're still going with it.
Last night was awesome! I met this 3-foot-something middle-aged woman who was angry and drunk and protesting in front of that big and tall men's store off of Veterans on Independence Street. I was loaded as well. She was cussing customers out. She was cussing customers out who was going in and coming out of the store, and that turned me on. I always wanted... I don't know how to say this.
Wait, what?
I don't know how to say this properly.
Let me see.
You know what? I'm just going to say it.
Do it.
I always wanted to jackhammer an angry drunk midget. It's on my it's on my bucket list. I'm not going to say the last part. And I don't condone the use of the word midget. I just read it. Little person, maybe.
Well, I actually thought, I'm like, what is the term that you have to do for dwarf or midget?
I think it was dwarf at one person, and now it's a little person.
Yeah, they don't even want to be known as midget from what I'm reading.
Yeah, I think this dude was drunk when he wrote that. Like, he was like, he saw it, and then he went home, like, on his couch, and he was just like, bro, I think I just missed the love of my life. Oh. And then he's like, what are you doing, bro? He's like, I'm on Craigslist. I missed it. I missed my connection. Where are you?
Yeah, it's considered a dwarf if they're under 4'10". Oh, Jesus.
Are you still there? What? That was him, and then he just passed it out.
We need to somehow do video, because your faces, Jesus.
This one's called Flirting Parents. Our kids go to the dancing school together. We seem to be on the same schedule with our kids. I threw a few hints out there of flirtation, and it seemed to me you were flirting back. I always noticed when leaving you had the biggest smile on your face, and I did as well. I went home thinking about how beautiful you are. I guess I will see you in 2 weeks. Smiley face.
That's cute.
Which, that got me thinking. So, I'm relatively young and single and all this other stuff, and and to me, I'm like, I'm doing A, B, and C with podcasts, videos, work, and all this other stuff, so I'm like, I feel like I'm too busy. But when you're a parent and with a kid, like, that's gotta be the hardest thing to do is like going to find dates. Like, And you know how they say don't date at work because then it could get really bad? It was like, you shouldn't date in your kids' friends' group circles, right? Because then it makes those meets really, really awkward. Wouldn't you think?
So,
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I guess.
No, you can't. You can't go hang out with Jack this weekend, honey. Well, it's kind of difficult. Look, when two adults really like each other and go meet after when their kids go to sleep, they go to a bar. And,
why would you tell your kids this? Why do you escalate it to that?
And I don't know. At one point, you have one too many tequila shots, and
oh, sweet Lord.
And then when two consenting hammered adults
stop
really are just in the heat of passion, not really liking each other, they throw thought and process out of the window, honey. They do some really dirty things. Okay, first and foremost, and trust me, Jack's mom is dirty, really dirty, and yeah, you can't. Let's just say, I swore I would never talk to her ever again, and you can't go hang out with Jack. So that bridge is burnt. Daddy, sorry. Who wants ice cream? Right? That's the talk you have to have if you... Right?
You're going to be interesting, Dad.
Ugh. Yeah, maybe. This one's called Lumberjack? With a question mark. Met at the cheese counter. I was wearing a black and gold sequin cocktail dress around 6 p.m. I had a cheese log in my left hand and a summer sausage in my right. Just couldn't decide which one was going to do it for me. As I stroked each one to measure the durability, I noticed you glancing over with excitement. I couldn't help but notice your beard was so thick, which made me wonder how well you split wood.
Is this why you picked it because of the beard?
Are you out there?
He ignores me.
If so, please come to me. I will be at the same counter on Wednesday at 6 p.m. in a short, sexy red dress, touching every tube of meat I can find.
Oh, that's dirty.
Whole Foods. That was at Whole Foods, everybody. Lumberjack, women looking for men at a Whole Foods uptown.
And she's going to wear that.
Guys, everybody in New Orleans, she's at the cheese counter at the Whole Foods. She will have a cheese tube in left hand and the sausage in the right.
I just saw like a whole bunch of guys with their phones out, ready for it.
There's just a line of dudes just outside the Whole Foods just waiting for it. Like, yeah, I just want some cheese. Where is she? Sequin cocktail dress.
No, she's gonna wear a red dress.
Oh yeah, that's true. By this time comes out, she's probably wearing the sequin cocktail dress again. Lady, I pulled out the ditch.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Man for woman. This is the second to last one.
Okay.
Which is coming out perfectly. Lady, I pulled out the ditch.
You just said the sound right.
I pulled you out tonight before AAA got there. I should have got your name or number, but I had to go. Would love to meet up sometime under different circumstances. Tell me what I drive.
Like she freaking remembers if she gets pulled out of a ditch.
Which, can I just say, I love this guy, right? He's like driving down. He sees a car careen into a ditch, and he's like, oh man. Whoa, that was crazy. I'm heroic, but I'm also on a time limit. So, I'm gonna pull off. He like pulls out. He just like drags her to the top of the ditch. He's like, hey, you good? I'm gone. He's just like he's Batman or something. Just like, Rachel,
stop.
Are you fine? I gotta go. And he just like zooms off in his truck, and he's just like driving. And he's just like, there's something about that girl. I really liked her. And like, what do you have to do at that point? Like, why can't you stay with her? like you just pulled her out of the ditch. Like, AAA's on its way. I'm gone. Like, I got to go, woman. I got no time for your nonsense right now.
But yet they're like, I need to meet you again.
Yeah.
Even though
under different circumstances.
Yeah, under.
Maybe this is how he met his last girlfriend. And he got hurt really bad. So now he's like like it triggered him when he pulled her out. He's like, oh, Kylie, and then he just like runs to his neck. He's like, She was really hot, though. Like, am I about to make the same mistake twice? I think so.
Something about girls in ditches.
Yeah. They don't ditch me. He ditches the girls from the ditch.
That's horrible.
All right, so this is the last one. It's a little bit long, but it has a very interesting title. And I didn't read this, I just liked the title, and I thought it went with the ditch story. You wrecked your bike, and I brought you to the hospital. Man for woman. Uptown. A lot of uptowns. Mm-hmm. Everything is happening at uptown.
Right.
Forget Billy Joel, forget downtown girl. Oh, no, it's uptown girl.
Yeah.
So it's uptown.
Yeah, you just screwed up that joke.
Billy Joel. No, Billy Joel. Billy Joel was right. It's uptown girls. Uptown girls.
You're looking for a downtown guy or whatever. So.
Yeah. Uptown girls with their sausage and their cheese in hand. Sequin cocktail dresses in ditches. I have to go, but maybe we'll see each other later. Hit me up on Craigslist. You wrecked your bike and I brought you to the hospital. I was driving past you when I saw you hit a pothole and wreck your bike.
Damn.
Down you went like a pack of cigarettes from a smoker's hand. And I pulled over to run and help you back up. You were pretty scrapped up and in a lot of pain. I scooped you up and told you I was going to take you to the nearest hospital. You had true grit. Like Jeff Bridges.
Oh, Jesus.
And for whatever reason, you allowed me, a total stranger, to take you to the hospital. You had clocked your noggin pretty good, and you might have had a concussion.
Ooh, of course she let you do that. She is unconscious.
She's just like, ah.
Can I take you to the hospital? Ah.
Hold on, ask me like I'm the girl.
Can I take you to the hospital? Oh, she's not doing that with her tongue because it's bad.
Yeah, you seem to clock your noggin. Now, this is the 70-year-old man from Bourbon Street.
Yes, it's the exact same one.
I was driving home, and holy crap, you fell.
Oh, he can still drive?
He's like, he tries to pick her up, and like his back hurts, and he's like, Ugh!
He's the one that actually hit her on the bike and just said she flew from the pothole.
He has that, the one walker that turns into a seat. So he picks her up enough to put her on the seat, and he just starts pushing her to the car. But yeah, you clocked your nugget pretty hard, and you might have a concussion. I'm no doctor. I may have fell in love with you then and there, but who's to say? I promised you to get your bike in my car. Took some maneuvering, but we all three fit. And I rushed you off. Got you there. And even though you made me run late for work, I couldn't leave you. You know what? I like how he's like guilt tripping. Like in the middle of it, it's like, hey, I took time out of my busy day. I could get fired for helping a complete stranger.
Well, then he should have taken the advice from the other dude.
So go out with me.
He left that chick on the side of the road.
Go out with me. I helped a girl out of a ditch earlier and I ran off to get to work, and then I saw you hit a pothole. There's too many clumsy women on the road these days.
In New Orleans.
So, got you there, even though you made me run late for work. I couldn't leave you. You were holding my hand and leaning on my shoulder. Your head was also bobbing up and down as I was running. Like, I tried not to jostle you so much, like a newborn baby.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that.
Oh, he didn't?
No. And leaning on my shoulder. I slipped my name and number in your sweatshirt pocket.
Wow.
I kissed you on your forehead.
Stop.
And I promised I would come back in a few hours to check on you. I went out and bought a lock to lock your... Wait, what?
Lock what?
Oh, okay. Sorry. I took screenshots, so it was way off. I went out and bought a lock to lock your bicycle, right? Where is it?
I hope his is...
Yeah, I promised to get your bike. Oh, no, that's it. So your bike. Oh, man. This was way... All right. A few hours to check on you, lock your bike up outside the hospital entrance, and left the key in the pouch on the back. I had to go to work. This was strike 2 for me this month, and I can't afford to lose this job.
Dang.
This is strike 2. I'm not going to lie. I've seen another woman hit her bike, and I was totally late again. And my boss was like, when he arrived back at work, he's like, "Why you late here, Jim? Another woman? You took her to that unlikely story. One more woman, and you're out of here. You hear me? I swear, Jerry, I told you. Get back. Go past the guy with the flu shots and get to work."
So the other guy got to work and he took a girl out of the ditch. What's your excuse?
You wouldn't believe it. There was a woman that hit a ditch. I took her out, and then when I drove off, there was another girl who hit the pothole, and I took her. I should have took the one girl. I don't want any more excuses, Jim. Get coffee and get back to your job.
Oh my god.
And don't you dare stop at the flu shots. You can't afford to miss any more time. Although I may have really wanted to know your name. I came back later, but you and your bike were gone. I haven't heard back from you since. I hope you got home okay.
Okay. Kudos to him for doing what he did. However, creeper vibes comes out when you kiss her in the forehead and you slip your digits into her pocket.
This is the Hallmark movie I want to do.
No.
I can do both.
Oh, are you going to do both? You're going to do the...
She can ride the bicycle, and then all of a sudden she's like...
She's going to pick her nose while riding the bike.
And then she's like sniffing a lot. You have that one booger that just keep on like... And then all of a sudden she like does it, and this guy's like passing by like, ooh, she's so hot. And then she like turns her head, and she's just digging up in her nose. Didn't see the pothole. Hits the pothole, flips over. He runs out there, slips the putt, and then he's just like, sweet angel. Marissa, I'm just going to call you. I don't know your name, but you look like a Marissa to me. When your head is well, call me. And then he puts the number in there, and then he kisses the forehead. And then she goes, ah. And then he goes, shh, don't speak. You'll ruin the moment. I got to get to work, though. This is my second strike. I promise to lock your bike up. I'll be back in a few hours for lunch break. Then he like leaves. And then this is like the worst hospital, and they're just like, all right, get her out of here. She doesn't have health insurance.
Oh my god.
She's just like, she's like drooling, and she's like driving home. I hope you made it home okay. And then she just falls in the ditch.
When your ideal's on Hallmark.
And then she's like has amnesia, and then she like opens up her sweater jacket, and then she's like reading the name, and she's like, do I know him? I took you out of a ditch. And then she's just like, I don't remember this at all. You kissed me on my this is weird. Can you not? And then she goes off and meets like some really successful guy, but he's a total jerk, so then she just feels like she has to go back with the other guy. And then they make a bakery together, and then they live happily ever after.
Okay, someone's gonna steal your idea. Just to let you know, because you said it all out on the podcast.
I would love it to be. I don't want to do this one anymore, so I gave up the ending. I don't want to do
really
it
a
anymore.
Bakery out of all things?
I've been watching a lot of Hallmark this season, and a lot of the ones are like based around like pumpkin pies and stuff and competitions. Lord. So they're just like, what do you want to do with your life? Well, I'm in a small town, and my mom works in a bakery, and I really want to make a restaurant. What about you? Well, I'm a good broker in New York, but I'm looking for a small town living, but I'm not looking for any relationships. And my mom runs a small town bakery, and we're also doing a competition. Let's work together, even though we're competitors. And then they start working together, and then they make their restaurant/bakery, and then she moves, and then... That's an actual movie.
That's horrible. That's so horrible.
I think it's called Pumpkin Pie Bake Off.
That is horrible.
It's pretty bad.
No.
But that's it. That's it for this episode of Mr. and Miss Connections. I thought this was pretty fun. What about you?
It was fun. You were jacked up today.
Super excited. Well, it's that Dana Carvey.
That's probably why I thought that.
But yeah, no, that was exciting. So yeah, I had a great time. If you had a great time, please leave a like, comment, subscribe on both iTunes and Angel Cake Entertainment, where you can find these podcasts. If you rate, we get jacked up in the ratings on iTunes, and more people can see us. If not, just enjoy the things and keep it to yourself. It's fine. It's whatever. Let's keep this our little secret. And It's just our little secret.
Jesus.
But that's it for Mr. and Miss Connections this week. We'll be back
You
next
about
week.
to say a day or a day.
We'll be back next hour. But we'll be back next week with a different location and different stories and different news. But yeah, that was it. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Leilani.
See y'all next time.